In this video, we will introduce Services Part 1. Android services are akin to background processes or daemons in the Unix world. Essentially, a service is activated when another component requires its services and typically remains active for the duration required by its caller. Most importantly, though, services can be made available to components outside an app, thereby exposing some of the app's core functionality to other apps. There is usually no visual sign of a service being active. Let's look at a basic example here. I have my Hello service, which extends service. If an application is to have a long life cycle, it's often best to put it into a service. For example, a background data synchronization utility should be implemented as a service. A best practice is to launch services on a periodic or as needed basis, triggered by a system alarm, and then have the service terminate when its task is complete. Like the activity, a service is a class in the Android runtime that you should extend. Here I have an instance variable of type int mStartMode. This indicates how to behave if the service is killed. I have a iBinder called mBinder, and that's an interface for clients that bind. I also have an mAllowRebind of type Boolean, which indicates whether onRebind should be used. I have an onCreate method that's called when the service is being created. I also have a onStart command with an intent, flags of type int, and start ID of type int. The onStart command is called by the system every time a client explicitly starts a service by calling start service intent, providing the arguments it supplied in a unique integer token representing the start request. The onBind method is used when a client is binding to the service with bind service method. OnUnbind is called when all clients have unbound with the unbound service method. The onRebind method is called when a client is binding to the service with a bind service. And finally, the onDestroy is called when the service is no longer used and is being destroyed. This concludes our discussion of Services Part 1.